In my family, favoritism is an obligation. To that end, we even had an educational program. Crazy, right? When I was a kid, I had a rebellious stage and experienced puberty too. But when I compared mine to that of other families, I started to find it weird. Isn't our family weird? Isn't this crazy? Doubts like these started rampaging in my head. Well, not that it matters. My family probably thinks I'm better off to do whatever the hell I want now. That's probably why they're only placing half-assed expectations on me, which lets me do whatever I want. Not that I mind. I've long since accepted this. Or rather, I've long since stopped caring. In my own way, I've come to terms with it. With my family's distorted traditions.
Wait, what does that even mean?
Casually slurping a cute drink that looks like strawberry milkshake, Kuan asks, with a precocious manner and a baby face that would make anyone believe it if they were told that he was sent here straight from a perfectly ordinary elementary school somewhere. But upon seeing the piercings on his body, they would think he's in a gang. With a perfect blend of innocence and cool. His name is Mashu Kuan.
Oji-san doesn't understand the personal ramblings of youngsters nowadays. What's so weird about that? Actually, what does weird even mean?
You've probably guessed from the unique first-person pronoun he uses, but Kuan's nickname is Oji-san. He even calls himself that. Truly, the peak of weirdness. But he always acts professionally on the job, so who cares about his quirks in his personal life? What I mean is, we're in a cafe I frequent all the time. Well, all cafes in all the cities are cafes I frequent all the time. But this one is something I've developed a particular liking for, especially recently. The owner is quite unreasonable, and recently, shops like these would go viral on the internet and be cancelled so thoroughly that they'd go out of business. But because of that, no one else comes here. So even if you're with weird people, conversing about crazy things, there's no one judging. Well, I try my best to live as a boring, ordinary person, but for some reason, I tend to attract quirky people. So if I walk the streets of the city, I always end up drawing attention. Though, to be fair, that's probably because recently, I've gained popularity as an idol. So that's why I've been told not to go outside so much. But who cares? I'll just do what I want. That's how I've gotten to where I am today. So clearly, something's working. You know that my family's old money, yeah?
Yeah. Don't really know the specifics though.
As if he got heartburn by drinking the sweet concoction too fast. Kwon lets out a belch and hides his lips behind his hands as if he's embarrassed. Every single one of his actions are cute, huh? Even though he's an Oji-san.
From the way you behave, Oji-san has surmised that you come from a good upbringing. Like, there's an aura of regal you have that a circus-dressed Oji-san like me can't bring out. Or something. That kind of family?
If he also wears a suit and act politely. Never mind. You'll just look out of place.
Yeah. You can't hide my Oji-san vibes.
I don't understand what you call Oji-san, but okay.
Actually, I think you've answered this in an interview before. A company with a name that sounds like a monster? Z something.
ZK Foundation. After the war, the old family left Japan and came here, and we're one of their branch families, I think. Not that I know much about it. I haven't done much research because I don't care. Seems like I can't badmouth Madoka for his endless apathy. Time for some reflection. Basically, the foundation was forced to disband and fell from grace. In Japan, the Tenshin Foundation, or something like that, have taken over all the authorities ZK once had.
I've heard of them before. Look, even this paper cup's made in Tenshin.
They're involved in a lot of shit, huh?
They're famous for their airline and their snacks, I think. Wait, or is that a franchise or something?
Anyway, Tenshin has their hands in anything and everything. Recently, they've even expanded into the idol industry.
the famous ES or something like that.
Maybe we should be more interested in politics and the economy.
Isn't that the job of impressive people like your cousin?
He also has no interest in those things, actually. He's only interested in, how should I say, more abstract things.
Abstract things?
Like love.
Is he living in a shoujo manga?
The fact that someone like him can live in this cutthroat world is a mystery. Actually, forget living. He's even gotten involved in ES, being handed the reins of controllers, so I've heard.
I guess everyone likes abstract things more than expected, huh?
Like love, yeah. Without meaning to, our eyes meet. We burst out laughing and knock our cups together in cheers. Life is so wonderful. Who gave you permission to flirt with my Juis, newbie? Suddenly, with an angry "Nuh," Madoka appears behind Kuan, who is smiling like a little girl. Where did he come from? Is he a Japanese ninja? Also, I'm not his possession. In fact, isn't he my possession? Are you debating about control again? You sure do love it, Juis. The one who loves debating is you, isn't it, Madoka? Why are you here all of a sudden anyway? Did I interrupt your precious tea time with the newbie? How envious. What do I have to do to get Juice's heart to belong to me and only me?
Did Oji-san do something to offend you? I can't think of anything though.
Not even a bit surprised at Madoka's outlandish claims. Maybe because being raised in a circus, he's seen weirder things while growing up and has grown desensitized. Impressive. Kuan replies before he looks in a seemingly random direction.
It looks like you're not the only one offended. Oi, Chitose-kun! Why are you standing so far away all by yourself? Why not come here and join us?
But it's fine. I'm fine with just watching. Smiling happily, the fourth member of our unit, Suzura Chitose, shyly waves at us. He's the oldest of us, but damn, if his every action isn't cute as hell. Hey, what were the two of you talking about? Sounded like fun. Just something about love, I reply as Koan's eyes meet mine and we laugh again. Seeing this, Madoka produces a knife and waves it between Koan and I. To die or to kill? That is the question. Could you stop with that depressing Hamlet imitation? I'm always thinking this, but is this guy okay? Is he sane? Enough of the stupidity. Sit down. We're here to discuss our next job.
Yeah, that's right. You two weren't here when we started, so Oji-san was worried he got the time wrong or something.
Casually tossing the empty paper cup into the bin, Koan stands up with a spring in his step.
Oji-san has finished drinking, so I'll order more drinks for everyone. What do you want to drink?
Right now, I'd love a cup of the newbie's blood that was drained as he suffers and falls into despair. I don't know, so I'll leave it up to you. I'll take the usual.
That's amazing! Can all of you stop giving me wildly different but equally problematic answers?
Kuan looks at us for a moment before leaving to get more drinks. Well, if we leave it up to him, he'll choose the best options for us. Kuan is our newest addition, but in terms of experience in the entertainment industry, he's been at it way longer than all of us. And because of his circus upbringing, he's accumulated a lot of life experiences, so he's very reliable. He knows exactly how to act in a group setting. It's like a subconscious thing for him. Actually, we needed someone like him really badly. I'm not one to talk because I'm the type that lives firmly for himself without caring about other people. But Monaca's special. And Suzura is as kind as he is deadly afraid of social interaction. Thank you. I thought as I bowed in Oji-san's direction. Madoka lets out another angry "Neh" and sticks his head in my field of view. I hate him. Must kill now. What happened, Madoka? Suddenly, your IQ dropped to 0. Nozomi-san is smarter than everyone, but when it comes to Juis-san, he becomes an idiot. Isn't that cute? Violence? Please stop! As if he really wasn't expecting Suzura's protests, Madoka sighs as he moves to sit right beside me. Too close. Well, not that it's a problem. So, are you going to break up with that newbie and become a family with me? What? You two have already progressed to that stage? Doki doki? No, wait, seriously, what are you talking about? Oji-san, please come back soon. Talking to these two makes me feel like I'm an astronaut on an alien planet. Well, you were talking about love, weren't you? No, that was just where it ended up. Like, an inside joke between Kuon and I. We were actually talking about my family. Speaking of, you're from, like, a noble family, aren't you, Juis-san? I'm glad he's sitting down with us now. But for some reason, Tsuzura chooses a chair on the next table over that's so far away from us. Your voice is quiet as hell, so sit closer, man. So you're saying that Juis and I are from completely separate backgrounds, and this love is forbidden, right? That fires me up. Wow, that's amazing. It's like a romantic drama or something.
Sorry for the wait. What have you guys talked about? Can Oji-san follow the convo?
In that moment, Oji-san looked like an angel to me. Oji-san smiled at us with his pretended, heart-capturing smile and passes us our drinks.
Okay, Nozomi-kun needs to cool his head, so you get a nice coffee. Chitose-kun, on the other hand, needs energy, so you get hot chocolate. And Juis-kun gave me no hints, and thinking so much was so annoying, so I gave up and asked the owner what's your usual order. And he gave me a hot tea.
I'm always saved by your existence, Koan. Thank you. Really.
What? Isn't that exaggerating a bit too much, Juis-kun?
Please don't get along so well with the newbie in front of me. I'm so jealous my chest is bursting into two. Is the thing in Madoka's chest really jealousy? Or is it an alien parasite that burrows into people's chests? We've gone way too off topic, so we decided to shelve the small talk and focus on business. I didn't particularly care about the small talk, and I wanted to talk business, so I wrapped things up quickly. I explained what I had spoken to Kuan about earlier to the two who came late, and as it turns out, when I checked the clock, I realized that they were 3 hours late. They lack common sense so much that I'm impressed, and added a few details here and there. So, as I was saying, the head of the family ZK Foundation is a pathetic group that has been number 2 for ages. That's why they aimed for a critical hit. Even if they gathered up all their investments, they wouldn't be able to win against the Tenshuin Foundation, so they wanted to channel all their resources into one singular plan. Wow, that's amazing. Don't really get it though. Yes, you wouldn't get it, Chitose. I don't particularly care about you, but I get the impression that you keep trying out different things and failing at them, so... Tsuzura and Madoka have known each other for surprisingly long, it seems. That's why these two aliens are so troublesome to deal with from start to finish. Yeah, so basically, they're like Tsuzura who keeps losing despite trying his hand at everything. That's why they want to create something they can win at by using all their resources.
And what's that exactly? How amusing their name is?
Well, the ZK Foundation is indeed a spectacularly lame name, but that's not what I was trying to say, Kuan. Every kid born in the ZK Foundation is trained from young to specialize in a niche.
Ah, so that's what you mean by favoritism is an obligation.
Yeah. Plus, what your favoritism is targeted towards is determined by the Foundation. Each kid is watched until the Foundation determines what they're strongest in, and then that's their life from then on. So if you're ordered to specialize in something that you utterly loathe, that'd be hell, wouldn't it? Not quite, Madoka. Even if you don't loathe it, it'd still be hell. And it was hell. Everyone involved with the ZK Foundation was forcefully grown into paranoias, someone who's only able to love a single thing. And gradually, they all lost their sanity. Humans are not made to love one singular thing for eternity. You only need to look at divorce rates for proof. Of course, couples who choose each other and manage to display their favoritism. No, love throughout their whole lives also exists. Maybe it's because of them that humanity has managed to persist till this day. But the favoritism that the ZK Foundation demands is like an arranged marriage. It's like someone telling you this who you're most suited to be with and shoving a stranger in your face, and then prohibiting you from loving anyone other than that person for the rest of your life. Not a lot of people can put up with that. That's why the only sane people at the ZK Foundation are those who are lucky enough to have their arranged partner also be their chosen partner, and thus is able to love them continuously. Someone like the princess of Amano Hashidate, who is rumored to be the next head of the head family, and my cousin, who, thanks to never being seen in the first place, was the man to focus on losing his sanity, which led him to being senior than ever. And me, who's been left to my own devices. By the way, what was Juis asked to love?
Cafes probably, no? Since he is always in a cafe.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. The rest happily concluded for me. But the answer will be kept for my knowledge only. Me and my arranged partner are, from the perspective of society, doing very well. A perfectly matched couple. Even if in reality, I'm not as happy as they seem. By achieving what was demanded of me, I have attained the semblance of freedom now. That's why, even if it's a lie, I will continue to spit out words of love. Okay, enough banter. Let's talk about work. With a smile. And a face that screams I'm happy. Today, let's talk about what we love. Being an idol. Even if it tastes better, I will keep calling it beautiful. Beautiful, and I will keep eating the bitterest of fruits until one day I'll be able to truly believe it's delicious.